socks.
Okay.
I thought so too.
So before I get into my main topic, I'm going to talk about, if you get bored, there you go. We've got a cute little kitty there. But, so I'm going to talk about my book and the author. My book is The Farm, and it's about Daniel, the main character, deciphering whether his mother is sane or not. Now, Tom Rob Smith, who's also the author of Child 44, made a connection between the two books in that, stop looking at the cat now, in that they both fall under the claim or idea of a mental illness. In Child 44, that person was Andre, and in The Farm, it's Daniel's mother, Tilde. So that sets the stage for my topic. Define crazy. So off the top of your head, do you know what crazy is?
Not sane.
I know what
Do you?
insanity is.
You can say it actually, because go.
Not sane.
Okay, so not sane. Is it a psychopath?
Sure.
Okay, so what creates a psychopath?
Early environment, like familiar
Society.
environment maybe.
Okay, so if it's early environment, would you say it's genetics, or would you say it's a nature versus nurture?
Sometimes it's both, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
So if it's nature, then it's in your genetics, and if it's nurture, then you kind of develop these. So let's say something annoys you, right? This is the nurture form. It could be the annoying orange. It could be this guy. It could be this noise.
It doesn't bug me.
It could bug you. But how long can you withstand this noise?
Okay,
How long
it's starting
would
to get annoying.
Exactly. So how long would it take for you to crack? If you were a psychopath, you would have a one-track mind. This sound could possibly drive you to your breaking point. The only difference between you and a psychopath is the psychopath would stop at nothing to complete his or her task. So psychopaths are really good at detecting, or rather, they're not really good at detecting emotions. So I don't want to point out someone, but psychopaths don't understand when you're scared. So if they were going to kill you and you had fear on your face, you would not, you'd still die. No offense. But so I'm going to get rid of that noise.
Oh my gosh.
On this slide, I have a brain scan of a normal person and a schizophrenic. The pink is the lost matter, and this is the difference between the two. And I point out schizophrenic because in the novel, The Farm, Tilde has paranoid schizophrenia, which is a form, it's like a form of schizophrenic, obviously, where she believes that everyone is against her or out to get her or her family. And so,
Wait, so what again does the color stand for?
this is the lost gray matter, right there. Schizophrenia is a disorder that makes it difficult to distinguish between real and unreal. So it's important to understand that being psycho or being crazy is a mental illness and not a characteristic or trait. Which sort of leads to my next question. Like earlier, is a psychopath born or made? Studies show that the former is true because their brain processes different information differently as if they were have a learning disability. So it's they know the words but not the music sort of thing. Argumentatively though, in the novel, Tilde was created into a psychopath, but in the end she sought solace and a cure through her son Daniel, and I don't want to ruin anything, so I'm not going to go into detail about that like many people have, sorry. So needless to say, a psycho has a level head but an empty heart. And if Child 44 was a book that we put into our curriculum, so should The Farm, because students would learn to better formulate their opinion on the infamous question of nature versus nurture. And that's it.